Hey friends, welcome inside Cold Lake, Alberta. It's Imperial Place at the Cold Lake Energy Center. I'm Tyson Olney alongside for the call. Now here's the funny thing. Oh, Patrick, my man, get back over there. Yeah, over there. The St. Albert squad wanting to say hi on the live feed here within the arena. Just as we get things fired up, as you might have seen as we were panning around there, we kind of have some technical difficulties with the ice right now. One of the Zambonis appears to have broken down while they were doing the flood here this afternoon. So the referee skating over just outside of frame right now to talk to both team coaches and kind of get things understood for how this is going to get started this afternoon. Is we're just kind of in the waiting game right now, trying to figure out what comes next. I've been in this arena a lot over the course of my life, and you know what? To be honest with you, I think that's the first time I've ever seen a Zamboni break down in front of me. So, Cold Lake not known for that, really, I don't think. But just, stuff happens anytime it's inconvenient. And obviously, when you're trying to slam off games like we are today, we were supposed to be starting at 3:30 this afternoon for game number 2 of the tournament here, and it's 3:31, and the St. Albert side is just now heading to the dressing room once again to get ready for this one. So, pardon me. It's been a day already. I've been struggling to get my words out right all afternoon between the Lakeland Jaguars and the Irma Aces here in Cold Lake today. It was a 4-2 final for those of you interested in seeing how the pool play all kind of handles out. The Jaguars took a 4-2 final over top of the Irma Aces, so we're back in action here soon, one might think. Well, one might hope, given that we are going for a third start time tonight, estimated around 6 p.m. That'll probably be, now that we're at 3:30 without dropping the puck in this one, we'll probably be closer to somewhere around 6:30, 6:45. So interested to see how this all shakes out here this afternoon. We've got the coaches on the other side there. You can see them just in the back of that screen. Just kind of shuffling around the benches there, trying to figure out what's going on. Be interesting to see, of course, the GHC squad. I've had the pleasure of watching the GHC squads over the past 2 years from Calgary during the U18 Female B Hockey Alberta Provincials up here in Cold Lake. So excited to see the U15 squad and see kind of possibly if we end up doing another U18 tournament here anytime soon, those players that could be graduating up to that level here in the next few years. St. Albert, the Storm coming into this one. We've already seen them on your camera this afternoon. I'm down on the benches there as everybody tries to figure out where we're going to go with this one today. As it almost doesn't even look like they flooded. I know they did, but it's been one of those situations where I really don't have words to explain what happened there other than it looked like Zamboni broke down, and now we're at a kind of standstill. That's fine. They're going to get another Zamboni out here. So there is 2 rinks in Cold Lake for those of you that may be unfamiliar with the whole situation up here in northeastern Alberta. We got 2 rinks, meaning we got multiple Zambonis, and it looks like this one's out here ripping. So we should be fine, but I'm not 100% sure what's going to be happening here. This obviously probably sent the ice crew scrambling a little bit, as much as we're sitting back enjoying the break here on the broadcast crew. Like I said, slamming games 1 p.m., 3:30, and 6 p.m. That was the estimated start times for today's games today. And, that's going to be thrown for a loop here over the next little bit, but end of the day, I'm not going to worry too much about having a break because clearly, following that last game, I needed a break. I couldn't even get my legs under me to start running this tournament, but we're going to have fun, I think, this afternoon, especially if you don't mind hanging out with a guy that kind of likes to make fun of.
So in case anyone's wondering, we were having a little bit of Zamboni trouble. So we had to do the ice a couple extra times just to get the bumps out of the ice to make sure the girls are playing on a good skating surface. So slight delay. As soon as they're done flooding here, we'll be good to go.
Now, when it comes to ice maintenance, I've watched a lot of hockey. I am probably the least knowledgeable person when it comes to ice maintenance, other than a couple of things that you would point out as obvious. But the bumps in the ice, obviously, something that's got to be taken care of. We're doing hockey, not curling. Pebbles in the ice, not necessarily a bad thing doing curling, but right now not necessarily the best thing for a hockey game about to get underway. Friends, I'm getting a phone call. I'm going to cut the audio here for a brief moment. Hey friends, welcome back into Cold Lake. After all this time, you've watched it there live on the camera, keeping an eye on what the Zamboni's up to, getting us in game shape. We are ready to rock and roll for warm-ups here in Cold Lake this afternoon. Only an estimated 15 minutes behind puck drop, so not too bad. We're on target to at least get to game number 3 of the night at a decent time, get out of the rink, get back to bed, and get back at the rink tomorrow morning for another long day. So friends, it's the GHC Inferno. It's the St. Albert Storm. That's what we got going on here in Game 2 of the U15 Female Tier 1 Hockey Alberta Provincial Championships here in Cold Lake this afternoon. It's day 1. Obviously, we got underway with the Lakeland Jaguars and Irma Aces. What was a renewed rivalry, I guess, from the championship series in their league that kick-started both their paths here to the provincials this weekend. So, well, where do we go? I don't know. We're about to get the warm-up music started, I guess. Both teams on the benches here quite heavily already. St. Albert, you saw earlier on the stream, if you've been hanging out for a little while, was out in full force on the bench trying to get the camera's attention. Thankfully, Patrick kindly brushed back that way to catch them out there. So we are rolling along for what should be warm-up right away. We've kind of got a few seconds just to put the nets together, and then at long last, folks, you there back in Calgary and folks down there in St. Albert have waited long enough for this game to kick off, right? I think everything went off without a hitch to start this afternoon, but now all of a sudden a little bit of Zamboni troubles, and both teams hit the ice, and we're ready to rock and roll for warm-up at least, as we get things started up for what should be a good afternoon of hockey as we continue along for game number 2. Warm-ups up and underway here in Cold Lake. Welcome aboard. I'm Tyson Dolany, by the way. I don't know if I've mentioned that out to those of you tuning along for the ride here. It's a pretty special Hockey Alberta Provincial Championships this weekend, being the 10th anniversary since I started this whole play-by-play thing this weekend. Glad to have you aboard for everything that's yet to come here in Cold Lake, including this game this weekend. It's been a long journey to get here, obviously, over 10 years, but just excited to still, 10 years later, have the chance to be calling hockey games as it all started out 10 years ago today. So, friends, we are 4 minutes away from things getting kicked off here in this hockey game, and then all of a sudden we'll get things fired up. So, unlike last time, let's not throw myself for a complete loop and make the same mistake twice.
Just want to remind all parents that are stressed out and just can't handle this, the lounge is open.
Lounge is open. Now, not saying what to do there, but lounge is open if you want to go hang out. We got this nice little lounge here in Cold Lake. You'll see it kind of pop up on the camera every once in a while when Patrick gets panning side to side. Patrick will join us on the broadcast throughout the weekend. Unfortunately, right now, dealing with a little bit of a troublesome throat or something there, giving him a little bit of trouble. Anyway, let's go over the lineups for this afternoon's game, because clearly I should spend some time on that. The GHC Infernos, who we'll start with this afternoon, Natalia Bishop, getting going. And again, friends, well, I guess as I mess up the first name, what I should tell you is if you hear me mispronounce a name throughout the game, regularly repeat, whatever it is, I want you to tell someone you know that's in the stands here in Cold Lake, go see Tyson in the broadcast location up on the south side of the rink, just to the right of the media booth, and come up. I'm totally great with being corrected on being wrong, so no problem there. I want to make sure the names are getting pronounced right and everybody back home's having a good time listening and happy with what they're hearing. So come find me if something seems astray, all right? Holly Elaine, Elian, yep, I guess what we're going to go with there. Ada Steinwand for number 3 there on the Inferno squad. Going down number-wise, Avery Luke is number 5, Jade Sylvester number 6, number 7, Victoria Paxton, number 8, Isa McGuinness. Like I said, I'm gonna need some help here, friends. Number 9, Nayla Avasher, number 10, Isla Landry, number 11, Fiona Mager, number 12, Sarah Garlick, number 14, Ella Cottam, number 15, Caitlin Rideout. Number 16, Avonlea Gobble. Number 17, Nevaeh Madigan. Number 18, Memphis Petrie. And number 19, Chloe Hendry. Come and find me, friends. I need your help. All right, transitioning over to the St. Albert Storm lineup. Let's see where we go here. As number 2 is Raiden Schatz. Number 3 is Sydney Liu. Number 14, Lauren Tellier. Number 5, Rochelle Champagne. Number 16, Jersey Ashton. Number 7, Carly Wilson. Number 8, Ava Miller. Number 9, Taya Park. Number 10, Adeline Goltz. Number 11, Emma Fedeniak. Number 12, Rachel Kachkowski. Number 13, Autumn Smith. Number 14, Clea Baldassara. Number 15, Faith Bernuge. Number 16, Addison Lundeen. Number 17, Ella Barkley. Number 18, Jaden Legasic. Number 21, Peyton Suter. And number 29, Karina Wall. Now here's the surprising thing I figured out about these Hockey Alberta Provincials and finding a whole bunch of unfamiliar names on game 1 of the tournament every time is I get a surprising amount correct as I do wrong. And that it always seems to be like, oh, I thought I was wrong on that one, and I'm right on that one, I'm wrong on that one. So, like I said, friends, as we get things fired up here in Cold Lake, and I mean, the GHC Inferno squad's been great over the past few years, representing up here at the U18 Female B Hockey Alberta Provincials. They've been great at coming to find me, the parents and the grandparents, the aunts and uncles and brothers and sisters coming to find me here and get me sorted out. So again, as well, we had the St. Albert Rush last year, I want to say, and I'm pretty sure they were pretty fantastic as well about making sure I had all the names right. That will wind down the clock and warm-ups, so I promise you, hopefully the worst is behind us now and we're ready to rock and roll for this evening's game. Let me go over to the chat quickly, make sure we're all queued up. Doesn't look like anything's too crazy. I'm going to let you go here for a brief moment as I assume we're going to have our land acknowledgement, no Canada, as was in the first game, and then we should be up and ready to go for this afternoon's hockey game between St. Albert and Calgary as we get things sorted out here with 20 minutes to go on the clock to start this first period. We'll get things moving in a matter of moments. The referees, the officials, talking things over with the coaching staff of St. Albert right now. We'll make their way over to the Calgary bench in a brief moment, and then we'll get things ready to rock and roll, friends, as we are just moments away from hockey. I'm up here pacing in the broadcast location because if you caught me during that Lakeland and Irma game, you know how much this waiting around thing takes on me as well. I'm just here to see the chaos, as I like to say. It's always a good time at Provincials. So much happening all at once. So much happening in real time. With that, the GHC squad does their cheer. They go back to the benches, and now St. Albert ready to do the cheer and get us started for this afternoon's hockey game. So the officials skate to center ice there as they will talk things over amongst themselves. St. Albert gets the chant done, and we are going to see the lineup at center ice and get things rolling in a matter of moments.
Please rise if you are able and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
Just tell the starting to line up on the blue line. Just say, girls, please line up.
Girls, please line up on the middle line.
All right, friends, let's get ready to do this. We are about set here on Cold Lake Ice TV for game number 2 of the U15 Tier 1 Hockey Alberta Provincial Championships for the female division as we get things fired up between St. Albert and Cold Lake, or Calgary this afternoon. I knew I was going to make that mistake. I could already feel that one coming on a little bit earlier.
We would like to thank our bronze level sponsors for their generous sponsorship. Energy Electric, Sure Shot, Benjamin Dick Profession Corp, and Caldwell Banker.
Down now, officially it's one back by St. Albert, pushed forward by Calgary immediately to the attack here. Pushing down deep into that near side corner, as that is the one bad vantage point we have in this arena. It's tough to obviously get a perfect vantage point in any arena, all told, if you only have the one camera for the broadcast, as this one escapes the zone. Good early pressure there from Calgary to get zone time for the first 23 seconds of the game, and it's fired on in by the Inferno, and now pushed forward by the Storm squad, trying to get across the Inferno line. Can't do it. Turn back there. It'll be pushed down back into the Storm zone, and that will allow them to reset and get back out to center ice, as the just narrowly avoiding a too many men call was the Calgary Inferno. As this will be fired off a stick, back played forward as it comes across the line now for St. Albert. They're going to get to the attack here. The shot looking to come in from the outside. Drifts off the player in front and will roll around to the near side. And this comes off the wall. Nice keep in there by Lowe. And this will now come free for Calgary. Will backhand out into the neutral territory. This one back in quickly by St. Albert, and Calgary trying to bust out, tapped off their sticks, and back down it comes. That was Parker right there with the steal. Comes back to the near side, and Calgary will be able to clear out into the neutral territory. 18.5 minutes remain here in this second game of the first day of the tournament. We're only just barely underway due to a delay with the Zamboni and the ice and all that. And now this will be St. Albert working out after the puck came off the wall, right up the middle, trying to split the defense through the middle, spinning onto the puck and then slamming hard on the boards there. Number 3, Sidney Liu, just tried to push through the Calgary Inferno defense. The shot now loading here for St. Albert, doesn't end up coming. Tapped out there by the Calgary Inferno, worked out to center ice, and this will be pushed back down deep and giving chase for Calgary. Number 11, Fiona Mager. This will be worked now by the St. Albert Storm on the recovery, back into Calgary's end. Fired out there by the captain of the Inferno, number 17, Nevaeh Madigan, and now back in it goes into the Inferno zone. Given chase, the 19, Chloe Hendry, and this will be picked up, and the Inferno will start out back into the neutral territory. And that's what we saw a lot of in that Irma and Cold Lake game, or Irma and Lakeland game earlier today. A lot of feeling out process so far, and this one ties up right along that near side post, whacking away at it. Both teams, it's hanging out just along the side of the net. And then finally it's reversed around to the far side boards, and it's fired back up off the dash. It takes a hop. It's onside by an eyelash, and St. Albert's the first one to it. They'll fire it off a stick back into their own zone and come up with possession here, tying them up. Calgary along the wall. That's another kind of, you see it right there, that weird, just, yeah, a little bit of ice. Once upon a time, we had an actual piece of glass shatter on a big hit in the Junior B game here. That was a fun moment in hockey history in Cold Lake, and right about where those two are sitting down there, kind of the same exact area, the glass popped open and shattered into small, tiny little pieces. That was a good 30-minute cleanup. This one comes back into the neutral zone. Calgary is going to pick it up and try and push forward back the other way on the St. Albert Storm. Shot drifts just wide, and it comes back down low as this puck rolls around in the near side corner. Reverse back now, picked up by Calgary at the blue line. Nice little play there by St. Albert to lift the stick and get it out into the Calgary zone. 16-10 remains here in this first period of play. Pass through the middle, taps off a stick, and goes right onto the tape of the St. Albert squad, playing it ahead. As this one comes through the middle of the ice now. Again, tap back, trying to dance around. This will go to the far side. Played up right there by Calgary, trying to work through and trying to find it in the skates, both teams. And Gasic finally fired it down low in behind Calgary goalkeeper. The shot fired, save made there by Calgary, and this comes back to the points. Goltz will fire the shot towards the net, bounces right on, and just that hop right off the ice, goes off the body and out of the crease there. And this will be loading up an opportunity back the other way, fired up over top of the net. As this comes down into that near side corner. And you know, when I make mention of some problem area, I usually start laughing about it every time it goes there, and you're going to see that throughout the broadcast. After all, really being a game deep here today, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. As this one's picked up by St. Albert, they're going to try and fire this one out of the zone. Calgary ties them up along the far side wall. Little battle there for the puck. Comes free and a tap out to center ice. Goes back into possession for Calgary. Up under a stick there of Hendry, and it'll come rolling back down low into the Inferno zone. They'll try and play this one ahead. It's going to come out to center ice, picked up, backhanded back in, and it's going to tap around there for both teams to race to the puck. Backtracking into position is St. Albert as they quickly swallow up the rush back from the Inferno the other way. Tapped ahead and back into the rush, or back into the Storm zone. Made that mistake as well by the Inferno, and Calgary is doing a good job tying up along the boards here. They come off the boards, fire the shot off the pads of the goalkeeper. That is number 29 for the St. Albert squad. Karina Wall, as it comes back now into possession for St. Albert, in on the Calgary net, goes just wide as they pushed through the middle there and just couldn't find the handle. Now Calgary will come back their way. The game's starting to open up a little bit here as both teams kind of starting to give up rush chances back and forth a little bit, and not too bad of a different pace that would be compared to that Irma Lakeland game, which was much more of a grind fest, I guess you could say, to go out there and kind of wear each other down, dump into the corner, go retrieve the puck, skate back to the blue line, hold the point kind of deal. We'll see if that develops here in this one, because obviously it was an interesting take on what was a game 4 technically of a championship series. Shot fired, save made there by St. Albert, the goaltender Wall. And that's another big one there, is a shot fired up over top, and that takes the corner. Back of the net, goal for Calgary from the point, one that had seeing eyes all the way through. And an opportunity now for the Inferno to take the lead on a perfectly placed point shot. That one goes now for a face-off at center ice. This will be fired off the boards, off the draw. Now 1-0 for the Calgary Inferno. We picked up by St. Albert, who will look to regroup, and, well, answer right back. A shot fired right out and driven right down into the crease. And a good cover up there for Calgary. St. Albert responds almost immediately to get a shot on net. And Natalia Bishop will stop that one with 13 minutes exactly remaining in this first period of play. The face-off to the right of Bishop. One forward by St. Albert, pushing back into the middle of the crease area, and that puck is covered up once again by Bishop. We will continue to carry on with the face-off.
Calgary goal scored by number 8, Issa McGinnis, assisted by number 5, Avery Luke.
McGinnis gets the goal for Calgary, and this will come back the other way now as the face-off won. They're going to fire down in that near side corner, play it right to the front. Calgary looking for another goal. A shot from the point again, blocked. Batted back down low into the slot area. St. Albert's able to fish it out there and fire it back to center ice. Banged off the boards there by Calgary, and it'll come back into the middle of the St. Albert zone. Pushing it through the neutral now. Calgary regains possession. Both teams kind of completing player-for-player line changes, and a turnover in neutral territory ends up back on the stick of Calgary in their own zone. This one played to the far side. And will be worked back across the line by Calgary. Looking to make the play here through the middle of the ice. Looking to backhand down low onto the waiting tape. Shot save made by Wall. And that's a big one, obviously. Giving up a goal just a moment ago. The answer back there on the next shot from Calgary, a stop for the St. Albert squad. Fired back down into the St. Albert's territory here. This one will come now in that near side corner. St. Albert picking up steam in the corner. Will roll up off the boards and Calgary keeps it onside just barely. It comes in behind the net now for the Inferno. We'll try to backhand this one in front. Can't do it. Shot by St. Albert out into the middle of the ice. And this will end up just rolling around the neutral zone now a little bit after it escaped the blue line on the near side. Right in front of us up here in the broadcast location. I can't tell you how tight that got right there, but that was that's about the hardest camera angle to get down here in the rink in Cold Lake as this one comes rolling around to the far side corner. Inferno. And with 10:59 to go here in the first period, I'm going to sit down a moment. It's a 1-0 lead for Calgary. The St. Albert Storm looking to reply right here on a face-off. Following an icing call against Calgary. Skating to the far side there to take the face-off was Carly Wilson. That sets up the opportunity here for Calgary to escape the zone. And they will as they get through into the middle of the zone. In that neutral, the Calgary across the St. Albert blue line. Back to the blue line now for the shot. Loads up, deflects in front, goes wide of the net. Near side, St. Albert able to get it up to the point. That's it. Comes back down low, takes a funny hop in front. Wall just kind of pokes out that goalie paddle. Directs that puck under the yellow glove and says, that's enough of what's going on here for now. Freezes it with 10:28 to go in this first period, and St. Albert will take a face-off in their own zone. This one rolling around along the far side wall now. Picked up by Calgary off the wall. They come in the middle of the ice looking to get that backhand through. Wall taps away the backhand attempt that hits her pad. And this one's going to be directed down the ice by St. Albert. Unfortunately, I don't know if you can see it on the broadcast. Up on edge. Kind of tough to read the puck on the broadcast given the netting here in Cold Lake as well. But that puck up on edge and kind of costs St. Albert an icing call. Otherwise, probably would have been a solid little dump and clear into the Calgary zone. Calgary will take the face off now, looking for another opportunity to get the offense going. But St. Albert quickly pushes ahead, 2-on-1 back the other way. Opportunity now, Legasic, the trailer, not able to get the shot off as the pass never came through. 9:54 to go as Calgary gets back into defensive posture. Right in front, takes a hop off a skate, goes to the near side boards, and this will be bounced up off the wall there, and now picked up by Calgary again. Bounced off of a couple of players there, and Calgary will promptly escape the zone. Back the other way. They come across the blue line, the shot fired, save made by Wall. Quick recovery there by the Calgary Inferno player. I believe that was Ella Cottom as she just kind of gathered that puck off the save and wrapped it around the net for another opportunity on net. This one's going to battle off the end wall into that near side corner. Picked up by Calgary on the attempt by St. Albert. Rolling out to center ice is Avery Luke for Calgary. The shot fired, goes up over top of the near side corner on Wall as this one will bounce off the wall on a clearing attempt there. And this will be another opportunity here. Shot fired off the post. I'm going to have to see the replay on that one. That was a solid shot on the inner side of the post there by Calgary. St. Albert escapes it. Now they're going to get back going the other way, going for line changes as well at the same time. Cutting through the middle. Nice move right into the front. Barkley. And this is going to swallow up into the middle of the ice. Barkley again on the puck here, trying to get this one back to the point. The shot by Goltz fired through, goes off a body, and now picked up on the far side. Comes now down behind the net as this continues to roll around. As Barkley right there trying to get this puck through. Can't seem to fire it there. And it'll come now, bounce down low by St. Albert. Calgary recovering and will make a quick pass to get out the other way. And now a 2-on-2 developing back the other way. Nice move to the middle by Calgary. In on net. Shot. Scores! Just like that. Calgary answers right back and gets it to a 2-0 score. As a nice move by Neela Avisher scores the goal to make it 2-0. That was absolute good work right there. And watch this move. You can see it on the broadcast. We got the replays now. It kind of cuts to the middle there, right around the defender, and squeaks it through Wall. It's 2-0 Calgary here as St. Albert now has 8 minutes to work with to try and find some kind of an answer here to get things more interesting in this first period for them, as they're yet to find the goal, calling 2-0 for Calgary. As the referee just kind of waiting his turn to get out from behind the net here. St. Albert slams back in. Here's the thing, St. Albert after that first goal got a chance on net within 15 seconds. Well, let me tell you, they're back in the Calgary zone right now, and there's the shot loading up for shots and couldn't quite put it on net. Swing and a miss. Coming back the other way.
Calgary goal scored by number 9, Nyla Abasher, assisted by number 11, Fiona Meager, and number 19, Chloe Hendry.
Everybody pretty much crowded on the lounge side of things for more than likely obvious reasons, as we will have a stoppage in play. Referees talking things over here a little bit. We're going to have the face-off just outside of the Calgary zone. This one's going to be won back by St. Albert. Kind of one of those wins that you just glad you got possession on. That one came all the way to the near side boards from the far side face-off dot in front of the Calgary bench. And it's going to come now, picked up by Calgary, jammed in there by Avery Luke. Nice little play there for Calgary, firing the shot up over top of the net, off a stanchion, takes a perfect bounce, bounce in front again, Wall, 2 saves in a row to keep it 2-0 right there. Good saves, and now picking it up the other way across the line. Shot fire, scores! St. Albert just like that. I was telling you, they answered back pretty quick the last time. Didn't get the goal last time. They do this time. Jersey Ashton finds the goal column to make it 2-1. I told you, St. Albert was probably wanting to make this one a little bit more interesting for themselves. Well, now they're on the board, and we're in a 1-goal game once again. So there you have it. Good little rush there from Jersey Ashton to fire that puck through and find the back of the net. Now we got the opposing number 9s against each other in the face-off dot. That 1-1 back there. And Park gets the face-off win as this comes along the wall. Picked up.
St. Albert goal by number 6, Jersey Ashton, assisted by number 18, Jaden Legasic, and number 9, Taya Park.
St. Albert pushing down deep. Park and Legasic coming in on the opportunity, and it evolves into a 2-on-1 on the other way. This one is a lot more wide open than that Irma and Lakeland game already. Just 16 minutes in or so as this one comes across the line. Sorry, 14 minutes in or so. Trying to do the math and I did backwards, but a shot there by St. Albert swallowed up and saved.
Welcome to the Hockey Alberta Provincial Championships, presented by ATB. On behalf of all the participating teams, Hockey Alberta would like to thank everyone who has helped make this event a success. For updated scores and standings throughout the weekend, go to haprovincials.ca.
Picked up now by the captain again for the Calgary Inferno, that being number 17. I don't know if I may mention that. Nevaeh Madigan able to fire that one back out with some assistance from her teammates, and this one comes down low into the St. Albert zone. Picked up by St. Albert, rolling through the middle of the ice as Madigan will try and stop that there and does enough to keep it into possession for Calgary. Pushing forward though, a lot of real bother is Barkley in on net. The shot fired just wide of the net. Had the glove hand beat of Bishop, but didn't have the back of the net at the same time, and now developing a 2-on-1 the other way. Instead pushing into a 1-on-1 and right to the middle of the ice, skating around, Wall the save. Right there, a good chance for Calgary. Kind of just developed. It looked like it might be a 2-on-1. Calgary player peeled off for the change, and all of a sudden, then he had a 1-on-1 and won the race. So here now St. Albert looking for that pass through the middle to find the way towards the Calgary net. Picked up now by St. Albert after the pass missed, and St. Albert trying to get through as the Storm trying to push for that second goal here. Calgary though going to get back the other way, and this one could get interesting if both teams start trading chances, given it's only 2-1 here early in this hockey game. 4:20 to go in the first period. Shot fired, tipped in front, save made by Wall. That's a That's a fortunate bounce there. I don't think Wall fully saw where that shot was going. Just kind of bounced off the tip and hit the pads. And now it's to the blue line, fired back in by Calgary, just barely across the line, about 6 inches, 7 inches across the line. And then fired back out there by St. Albert. Picked up now in their own zone. Calgary getting this going here. Fired across the end wall of the far side. 3:50 to go in this first period. Puck continues to roll along the far side wall. It's going to hop. Fortunately for St. Albert's stick, just couldn't get to it. That's going to come up along the wall near side, and that's going to be Lou playing it along the wall, and this is going to develop into an opportunity now for St. Albert. Shot fired towards the net just a little bit too fast there off the stick of Baldassar, and now Calgary able to regroup off the wall and get back out to center ice. Picked up now by Calgary, rolling up. The bench doors open. That was a quick slam by the coach operating the bench door, and Calgary still rolling around possession in their own zone. Fired up off the wall, and St. Albert doing a good job turning them back at the blue line, forcing them to dump it in. 3:03 to go here in this first period of play. 2-1. The Inferno lead the Storm so far as this puck comes right to the middle of the ice, dies a little bit before it reaches the stick of the Inferno player, and it's jammed back into that far side corner with 2:45 to go here in this first period of play. Like I said, a 2-1 score. You actually have a scoreboard on the game, on the live stream now, so that's pretty nifty, as this one is going to be picked up now by Legasic, forced down low. Puck's picked up and fired back deep, as this is going to be backhanded towards the net. And Legasic just couldn't get that one through. Picked up now by Calgary, looking to make the pass right through the middle, as it's a developing 2-on-2 back the other way. Shot fired up over top of the net. And that one goes by the wayside there for Calgary as they continue to make line changes here pretty much every time they step across the St. Albert blue line, seems like over the past little bit. As this will be picked up now by St. Albert, fired back to the blue line. Calgary able to keep that one on side. They've got the Zamboni. I'm not sure if that's the same one from earlier or what. They've got it now backing up towards the gates here, as we've got a rush now for Legasic, who will fire the shot. Save made by Bishop. We'll have a freeze on that one. 7 to go.
Early morning practices, late night team meetings, fundraisers, bake sales, and road trips. Being a hockey parent is a full-time job. That's why ATB is delighted to be the presenting sponsor of the Hockey Alberta Provincial Championships to help celebrate the season and thank you for your commitment to your kids and Alberta.
You might want to get some glasses. I kid, but the glasses didn't seem to do me any favors in that first game of this tournament there between Lakeland and Irma. St. Albert rolling around with it in the middle of the zone there, just fires it off a skate and into the zone, and a stand tall at the blue line there for St. Albert, able to keep it onside for a brief moment. Again, another opportunity there. Smith in support gets the puck and looks to rip the shot through the middle, and shot off the shoulder of Bishop. That was a good little shot there from Smith, just finding a lane to get that one through and making a little bit of a difficult save there for Bishop. We got a $1:03 to go here in this first period of play, as both teams kind of definitely put in a good effort here in this first period, coming out playing a little bit different of a style of hockey than we saw in that game between Lakeland and Irma, as both teams definitely getting the better opportunities here early on and kind of going back and forth a little bit more than that getting reacquainted process that Irma and Lakeland went through earlier this afternoon. So friends, 50.6 to go here in this first period. The face-off to the left of Wall, jammed back behind the net, looking to make the play of the Inferno. They're going to roll it to the far side corner, hoping for strength in numbers over there, and they will get there quickly, as that puck just kind of rolled over the corner a little bit more than I think anybody expected, and it's tied up there. Two Storm players, two Inferno players, and it's St. Albert that comes away with the puck. Though Calgary strongly back at the blue line, able to turn that back as soon as it hit that blue paint in the middle of the ice, and it'll be flipped back into the St. Albert zone. We got 17 seconds to go here in the first period of play. St. Albert's going to spin around behind their own net, try to kill that clock, right? You got 14 seconds to go. An opportunity down low, though we did see a second and a half goal in the game earlier today, though it'll be chipped into the neutral zone by St. Albert, and that will do it for the first period of play. St. Albert and Calgary at a 2-1 score for the Inferno after 1 period of play. Friends, I'm Tyson Olney. Welcome aboard here on Cold Lake Ice TV. I almost should check some numbers because I almost wonder if we've done something that I've waited over 12 years to happen here on this channel. I'm going to go quickly take a look and maybe celebrate for a second with you here before I let you go for the intermission this afternoon. Is live over on Cold Lake Ice TV right now, and obviously we'll go over View Channel. Friends, this is a special moment, all right? For those of you listening back home, I don't think most of you would know the full story here on Cold Lake Ice TV. What started as the Ice Highlights back in the day, a little volunteer project from yours truly here on the mic in high school. Once Cold Lake kind of threw in all this media stuff they have in this beautiful Imperial place, started a YouTube channel to more or less collect the clips of the Cold Lake Ice, the Junior B squad up here in Cold Lake. And throughout those days, started the Ice Highlights, went dormant there for a little bit as I tried to hand off the reins, and then eventually kind of hand the reins over following the 2018 season to my good buddy Dusty up here, and he's taken the reins ever since. And now all of a sudden this afternoon we get to celebrate 1,000 subscribers here on Cold Lake Ice TV, friends. That is a big special moment on YouTube for most of you that may not be familiar with the game. It's a pretty big milestone, and I'm pretty proud that 12 years later after starting this channel, I still get to be here to see that happen. So thank you to all of you that have tuned in this weekend, chosen to hit that subscribe button, and want to stick around for what is going to be a pretty fun tournament. So with that, I'm going to ask my media booth crew to stop making fun of me over there for reminiscing and kind of laughing and looking back on the history of the Cold Lake Ice TV YouTube channel. And I'm going to ask them to mute my audio here now that they're listening to me, and once they figure that out, we'll head on out. I'm just waiting for them to motion there, and then they'll get us sorted out here for this afternoon's first intermission. Yeah, you mind muting the audio there? That'd be nice. Thanks. Oh. Wow, the music faded out beautifully at the same time as I come back on the mic. That does not happen often, friends. That is what happens when the full crew gets assembled here. Pending trademarks, I can't say the name of our production crew we've got assembled this weekend, so we'll save that for another time. 3:06 to go here in the intermission before we get things fired up for a 2-1 Inferno lead going into the second period of play. They're just getting the nets and stuff situated on the ice, and then we'll get the players back out here and we'll get things going. So it's been a good hockey game so far. Definitely a little more wide open in that first period than that first game of the afternoon, which felt more like a reacquainting process there where both teams were renewing kind of the rivalry from that championship series between Irma and Lakeland. It was both St. Albert and Calgary, both very comfortable going to get their chances at each end of the ice. And if they gave up one, so be it. We'll get it back. And that's pretty much the story of that first period as Calgary leads 2-1. And it was just a rather quick response there from St. Albert to get it back to a 2-1 score. So made it interesting just moments later. And now we go into the second period just at a 2-1 score, so 1-goal difference. And I know anything from the game earlier today, it's going to be a fun one here the rest of the way home. So we have got just under 2 minutes to go until the start of the second period. No sign of the players down the tunnels as of yet, so I wonder if we're going to take our time to run out the clock here and get things going. Why not? We've had a good first period. I don't think either team's necessarily rushing out there to get going for this second period. Maybe catch that breather and get rested up for what's going to be a long sprint to the finish here in this hockey game, right? We're only going into the second period. It's 4:35 in the afternoon, by the way, so both teams have been waiting out here for this one for a long little while already and looking to finish this one off in this second period and get us to the third period where we'll decide everything going into the end of this hockey game. Friends, I'm just killing time, to be honest with you. That's really all I'm doing at this point. We got a $1:05 to go on the clock before we get things loaded up. The referees lines people back on the ice here. St. Albert comes out of the tunnel. They're onto the benches here, and we are ready to at least get things started a little bit as St. Albert will take position on the bench and look to get things going. The gates are closed, so we should be just about ready for things here in a matter of moments. So again, Tyson Aldney joining the high top Imperial Place here in Cold Lake, Alberta, as we are live for the U15 Tier 1 Female Hockey Alberta Provincial Championships in Cold Lake. It's year number 3 for me this weekend being up in Cold Lake, and well, you know, it's always a fun time to be back home. And obviously so far through 4 periods of hockey, we've been treated to some pretty good hockey to begin this tournament, and I'm looking forward to seeing it definitely develop even further throughout this weekend and get even better as the games go along. You know, every game counts in the points and the mathematics and the goals for, the goals against, the differentials and all that all told when it comes to the end of the round robin going into the semifinals. And well, let me tell you, right now we're only through a game, so there's a whole bunch of math that can still take place the rest of the way home. St. Albert's going to go out there and get on the ice here as Wall will once again take the net on the right side of your screen, switching sides. Both teams dealing with the long change here in the second period. There come the Inferno down the tunnel. Yeah, the camera just picking it up last second there. Yep, there you have it. St. Albert will skate to their side of the ice. Calgary trying to get that bench open. And I'll tell you, if you see any player, any coach, anybody struggling with the benches here in Cold Lake, I have skated on this ice, not in any actual sense that matters, just out there for a rip, but those benches can be kind of tricky at times, and you know, I'm looking forward to at least being able to watch this this weekend. As we're on rink number 1 all weekend. We have decided, I guess, this year to go all one rink. Past 2 years doing the U18 Female B Provincials, we've done 2 rinks, but saving the crew, saving everybody involved, making it an easier go, just calling the games on this side this year and enjoying what's been already a good start to the tournament. Yeah, I guess I haven't also thanked the tournament hosts, the tournament volunteers, everybody that's been involved in putting this together, the sponsors, all that, friends. You see them during the intermissions. Right now, although, we're going to have to get back to hockey. The face-off down. Park wins it back, and St. Albert, just like that's back in the game and getting going with the puck in their own zone. 19:50 to go here, as Ashton, the goal scorer for St. Albert, will get across the line. Also, the captain for St. Albert, just noticed that, as this one comes running back into the St. Albert zone, picking it up there, the Calgary Inferno, batting it off the stick and in behind the net as it continues to roll around there, and batted away by Wall and played out to the top of the zone. And here's Ashton making the pass in behind Legasic, and it's going to be fired down off the wall, down low behind the net. That will be an icing call with 40 seconds gone by here in the second period. Referees didn't really waste much time. They got both teams to each side and then dropped the puck. Let's go. And that's kind of going to be probably the MO the rest of the way home here, as we're going to have to make up lost time due to the Zamboni ice issues earlier on in the pregame portion of this hockey game. Puck tied up off the face-off, far side corner, as Calgary and St. Albert continue to roll around there. And it will be fired to the near side boards. Both teams looking for better fortunes over there, and Calgary will be able to get out to center ice. And now quickly back onto the play was one of the St. Albert players to seal off what would have been an opportunity. That was Tellier getting back into the play. And that prevented the Calgary Inferno from setting up an attack on net. And this was an opportunity now for Calgary to get back possession and get going again towards the St. Albert zone, though cut off there by St. Albert at the blue line. Couldn't keep it onside. Turning and burning. Barkley will get across the line, look to make the play to the far side. Barkley's cut off and now fired back down low. That's an opportunity finished off there by St. Albert. Save made by Bishop. Calgary regains the puck and they'll get out to center ice. This comes down low into the St. Albert zone on the clear by Calgary. 18-15. I might have just realized something, and I'm going to have to double check my facts on that one before I start figuring too much out. 2-1 the lead for the Inferno here, as Calgary will try and backhand a puck down low. Tellier in position to block that one on the attempt, and again it goes to the far side boards. Calgary again will push to the middle of the ice. The shot drifts towards the net. Save made by Wall, just drifting across on a puck that was fired towards the net and ends up hitting the far side pad. As it passed right to the high point. Here's an opportunity for Calgary. Shot fired, drifted just wide there by number 19 of the Calgary Inferno, that being Hendry. She'll pick it up again at center ice, play it down low into the St. Albert zone. Off a stick, it comes to the middle of the ice. Opportunity again, shot fired, save made. Denied in front again. Wall doesn't even know where this puck is. Sprawled out, made the save a couple of times. St. Albert's able to get going the other way. We'll have a call upcoming on that one. And that was a absolute scramble in one crease that she was able to keep out.
Best Western is a proud supporter of Hockey Alberta Provincial Championships and wishes good luck to all participants. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western. Use the Hockey Alberta code at bestwesternalberta.com/hockey.
17-16 to go. In this second period of play, a 2-1 score for the Calgary Inferno. We have a face-off inside the Calgary zone. Power play goes to St. Albert. Puck's batted off the boards, back to the blue line, ripped immediately on net by St. Albert. And a quick cover there by Bishop will stop things right where they are with 17-10. The face-off now again to the left of Bishop. Scrambled to the far side corner, back to the blue line it comes. The shot loading up again one more time. Doesn't come that time. Shot there. Save made by Bishop on Lundeen, and it'll be fired out by Calgary down the length of the ice into St. Albert territory. Goltz will come up and pick this puck. Along the wall, it comes back into the neutral territory. St. Albert trying to get across the blue line with $1:30 to go in the power play. Picked up now by Legasic, and it'll come over to Ashton. Ashton, the goal scorer for St. Albert, fires another shot, dribbled off the skates there of the Calgary Inferno in front. And this will now come over for Legasic, trying to get that puck picked up. Can't do it. And here's Lou coming to the near side, leaving it there for Suter. Suter will fire in, and Calgary gets the puck first. They'll try and clear. Two St. Albert Storms collide there in the middle of the zone, and that'll allow Suter once more to pick up the puck in the neutral zone, fire the shot towards the net. Glove save. I mean, one of those ones, I'm sure of this, from Bishop. That one just a perfect little floater into the glove. We'll have to face off the right of Bishop as we have a brief moment. Everybody goes off the line changes. We got 54 seconds to go in the penalty to the Calgary Inferno. And a face-off now for Park of the St. Albert Storm. Everybody making sure we're good to go. And this will come back to the blue line.
Penalty to Calgary, Ella Cotton with a hold.
St. Albert, Suter again, keeps it in, fires it down deep once more. Along the wall it comes to Suter again. Nice deflection pass, shot fired, blocked in front, and Calgary might have an opportunity here. Back the other way on net, the shot fired, save made by Wall. Denying the Inferno right there, number 18. I think at least number 18. Memphis Feature. Puck through the middle now, picked up by St. Albert. Shot comes in after they cross the line, and save made the other way by Bishop. So there you have it.
We would like to thank our silver level sponsor for their generous sponsorship: Collision Towing, Century 21, Marcy Smith, and Apex Valve Services.
The second game of the first day of the U15 Tier 1 Female Hockey Alberta Provincial Championships for the year 2024. Face-off. The far side corner, won by the Inferno, and nice diving effort there by the St. Albert Storm, trying to keep that one in. The Inferno, however, get the clear down to Wall. Wall immediately fired it back up. It's fast as it hit her tape. She got it back right into possession there for the St. Albert side. Rolling through the middle of the ice. This cut off there by the Inferno. Opportunity across the line now for the Inferno to set up the attack as we're back to even strength. This shot fired to the far side. St. Albert quickly back into defensive structure and getting to the near side corner. Puck played to the blue line. Three players collide, and St. Albert's going to be able to come away with it. Bedaniak, able to get that one down low into the Calgary zone. They're looking to make the play off the wall, unable to do so, and now the pass to the near side. Open player that will get out of the zone and fired back in to the St. Albert zone, and we will have a whistle on the icing call. So, friends, we're rolling along here. Already 4.5 gone, or 5.5, sorry, gone in this second period of play. 2-1 for the Inferno. I'm not in the best shape already halfway through this hockey game. I'm interested to see what that third hockey game is going to look like this evening. Opportunity now for the Inferno to get to the puck in behind the defense. Shot save made by Wall, just like that, turned aside. And St. Albert will now look to try and get their chance in response. Here's Wilson at the center of the ice, working up through the middle, trying to get through the defense of the Inferno. It's going to come to the near side. As Baldessar able to force that one through, but the Inferno cut it off, and we're working back the other way. Another opportunity loading up here. 2-on-0, scores! That was an individual effort along the left side wing. Right there by, didn't even get the number 16. Avonlea Gobble, I believe, getting down the wing and firing that puck home, and just cutting around the defender and then firing right to the middle and beating Wall to make it 3-1 for the Inferno. One of those perfectly executed rushes down the left wing. Opportunity now for the teams to reset on the opening ice, or center ice space. I'm struggling.
Calgary goal scored by number 16, Avon Lee Goebel, with an assist from number 8, Issa McGinnis.
Is what it is at the end of the day with 13:35 to go along the wall. St. Albert Storm trying to get out of their own zone, tying up two Calgary Inferno players was Ashton. Puck comes free as Ashton will try and poke this one through. Inferno were able to grab the puck, fire the shot, save made by Wall. It kind of took a nasty deflection somewhere along the way. Another opportunity, loads up, scores! Inferno right there on a perfect pass through everybody to the front of the ice. Take a 4-1 lead here in this second period of play. And Inferno quickly loading up the attack here in this hockey game. Now St. Albert, after what's been a solid game so far from Wall, will take a timeout and try and regroup after giving up 2 goals here in the last minute and a half of hockey. We've got ourselves a 4-1 hockey game for the Calgary Inferno. St. Albert Storm. Bench there. Wall.
Timeout called by St. Albert.
30-second timeout. And Calgary Inferno talking things over on their bench as well about how to possibly capitalize on this moment right here.
Calgary goal scored by number 18, Memphis Petrie, with an assist from number 15, Caitlin Rideout.
And then go ahead and do your other one too. Yeah.
Thank you for attending the Hockey Alberta Provincial Championships presented by ATB. Play hard, have fun, and create memories that will last a lifetime. For updated scores and standings throughout the weekend, go to haprovincials.ca.
As the Storm able to turn this one off the face-off, back into Inferno possession, shot fired towards the net, and there you have it. Wall makes the save, falls on the puck, gets the cover, and cool, calm, collectedly stops that puck. The exact reverse of what I thought was going to happen. It's fine and dandy. That works out just fine, as this will be a face-off now to the left of Wall. Shot up off the boards and picked up now by Suter. Turned off her stick down low in that near side corner. The Inferno have it. They'll turn back and try to get back to the middle of the ice. Instead, St. Albert's able to clear out to the far side of the ice, and it went all the way for an icing call, and we will have the face-off once more in the St. Albert zone with 12:45 to go here in this second period. Friends, welcome aboard. I'm Tyson Olney alongside you with the call of this afternoon's hockey game, as we continue to see things develop here in this one to a 4-1 score for the Inferno. Puck to the far side now as the Inferno will wheel and deal around behind. This puck comes rolling off a stick now back to the blue line. Picked up there by the Inferno. The shot fired towards the net by number 10 Isla Landry, and this continues to work around the St. Albert zone. Finally jammed out there, back into the neutral territory. Avery Luke with the puck now. And this will come... Oh, here, sorry my friends. We've got, I'll get this going here. We'll get this. Okay. Sorry, we just lost the camera guy there for a brief moment. My apologies. Trying to focus up on that. We are just rolling through the middle part of the frame here. 11:50 to go in this second period. 4-1 the score for the Calgary Inferno. Sorry, friends. Little scramble. There's a shot saved by Wall. There's that emphatic save, slamming the door shut on the pad right there on the point-blank chance for Calgary. And now here's an opportunity to shoot the puck out by St. Albert. They'll get it going the other way. And here's Ashton to the rush opportunity down the right wing, looking for the help right there. And both right-hand shots unable to collect that puck as Tellier will fire it back on the right side of half, going towards the opposing net. And this one will be rolling around the neutral zone now. Both teams trying to figure out where to go with this puck, and Tellier will fire it back into the Calgary zone. Both teams were trying to collect that thing, and it was just kept bouncing there. And this one now will bounce onto the tape of the Inferno off a deflection pass, and now that actually works out to be a beautiful little zone entry across the line, trying to force the shot towards the net. It's not Abisher, but unfortunately couldn't get it through as this one continues to roll down, and Wall sees that puck bounce to her. It's not been shy of covering up that puck when it's been in the blue paint this afternoon in her side of the ice, and covers up for what is a big stoppage there. Puck comes along the far side wall. Calgary pushes through on the face-off. St. Albert trying to pick this one up and go back the other way. As Calgary will keep it in last second. Fire a shot towards the net, blocked in front, continuing to roll around in behind. Try that pass out to the middle again. Couldn't get it through, and then over skating it was St. Albert. That allows Calgary to keep it on side. Puck will continue the shot fired towards the net. Goes wide. 10-15 to go here in this second period of play. This puck comes free in the middle of the ice there for St. Albert. Smith gathers it up. Fired off a Calgary Inferno player. They continue possession. Right to the middle of the puck comes. And it's deflected away to the far side. Oh, what a shot in front. Takes a hop and goes up over top of everybody. Vidaniak is able to get that one out into the middle of the ice. And the Calgary will come back the other way with it. 9:46 to go here in this second period of play. And now St. Albert's got an opportunity. Just a line change that developed into something for both teams. Odd man chance one way or the other way, and now here's an opportunity for Calgary to try and create something. As you're getting the line change going, and across the line it's a 3-on-2. Shot fired towards the middle. Off a skate there, jammed up free for Vidaniak. And this one will come off the end wall, and Calgary continues to try and roll this one around down deep. Picked up there by the far side support in Jade Sylvester. Sylvester's rolling it back to the blue line, and it'll come back free at the Inferno blue line. And then over skating it just a moment. Was a St. Albert Storm player, or could have had the pick? This one comes along the far side wall. Continuing to roll around, pass off the stick of Wall, and it'll come to the near side, bouncing there along the wall and over to the zone. The Inferno gather again at their own blue line. Madigan there plays it back into the neutral zone. And Suter will pick this one up. 8:35 to go here in this second period of play. Suter wheels and deals up into the middle of the Inferno. Keep it on side. Now an opportunity to fire that puck towards the net goes wide. And the Inferno will again load up the shooting chance. Can't do it. In terms of getting it on net, this ties up along the long side or far side wall. And now Calgary will have it again at their own blue line. St. Albert just struggling to get across the Calgary blue line at this particular moment in the game with 8 minutes remaining in the second period. Pushing and shoving there in front of the penalty boxes as players are trying to get some position on a puck that had come free already. Is across the line. St. Albert to the far side, looking to make the pass to the middle. It goes in behind the net instead. This will be picked up by Ashton. Ashton cut to the middle. A shot by Legasic tries to get through, and this will be forced out by Calgary, playing it to the near side. And I think the nice part here, too, actually, to make mention of it right now, is Ashton's got the puck. It's spring break right now for most everybody, I think, in the province of Alberta. So it's a nice little difference maker for this weekend compared to normal over the past 2 years. Pass to the middle here. Opportunity for St. Albert, goes off a skate. Back the other way now for Calgary across the line. Poke checked off a stick there as Bruno's been able to knock that one free. And this will continue to roll around in the near side. Picked up by the Inferno. Fired down deep for just a brief moment, and now out of the zone it comes. St. Albert able to knock it back into possession. They'll fire to the Calgary blue line, and now it's just pitch and catch, blue line to blue line at this point. Here's we wind down into the later stages of the second period of play. We've got a long time without a whistle here too. As Calgary is going to see this one in behind their own net. Far side pass by the Inferno goes awry as St. Albert's able to get the steal, and then Calgary able to get it right back, forcing it to the middle of the ice, and here comes Calgary back the other way, spinning around, penalty upcoming to Tellier. And this will be an opportunity here for Calgary to get to the power play in a brief moment after St. Albert touches the puck. First, Calgary's got to stop possession of the puck, and this is jammed up off the wall, playing along the far side wall, and that will be touched up with 6:07 to go in the second period. A holding call against the St. Albert Storm. What a second period this has been, obviously. There for a while, it was chance after chance both ways, and now all of a sudden Calgary started standing tall at the blue line and holding back the St. Albert chances. And we'll see what develops here as this goes into the final 6 minutes of this second period. But with 2 minutes to go on the power play for the Inferno, it looks at least
Penalty to St. Albert, number 4, holding.
full penalty killing effort right now for the Storm. Critical moment in the game. Penalty kill here would give the momentum to the team in yellow. Power play goal here would give the team in red full control of the game. That one tied up along the wall, finally blown down by the officials, and St. Albert giving the high fives for that one after a good effort to kill off, 23 seconds off the clock. Face off to the right of wall. One back by the Calgary Inferno. Tapped around to the far side point. Shot comes through traffic. Two players looking for deflections there. Couldn't quite get them. And then St. Albert quickly is able to get it down the length of the ice. And this will allow time to bleed off the clock here on this penalty kill as this back to the blue line as Lou will fire it into the benches. And Oda play in the St. Albert side of the bench area. 5:21 to go. Face off coming probably at center ice if I don't think so. No, it'll come actually outside the Inferno zone. So all right, this one back by the Inferno, who are on the power play for the next $1.10 here in this second period. 5:15 to go as it's rolled around the boards. The Storm trying to get out. Nicely batted out there by the Storm, as that was a good hard stick to get that puck over to the zone. And another one there just kind of dribbles out of the zone with 4:58 remaining here in this second period of play. Calgary able to complete the pass across the blue line, loading up the opportunity to shoot, fired, save made, Wall falls on that puck and makes another one. So just like that, we'll have a...
The Hockey Alberta Foundation breaks down barriers to give every kid in every community the chance to play hockey. Keep the Hockey Alberta Foundation in mind as your charity of choice. To find out more about the cause, access funding, or to donate, go to hockeyalbertafoundation.ca.
Wall turns aside, now St. Albert gets an opportunity to ice the puck, and that will go into the benches. And I mean, everybody seemed to not know where it was except for one Inferno player who just quickly ducked down and picked up the puck like she knew where it was the whole time. So interesting to note there as we've got 28 seconds to go here in this power play for the Inferno. They're just getting one final line change underway for the St. Albert side. And then we'll see what happens here in a moment as Lundeen joins the penalty killing efforts. Waved out as Wilson for this St. Albert squad. And this one will be one back to the blue line. Now picked up by Calgary. Shot tipped in front, goes up over top of the net. St. Albert will roll it to the near side boards. Fired out there just past the blue line. It's got out about a foot and a half to get it out of the zone. So good enough penalty killing effort to keep possession now in behind their own net for St. Albert. 8 seconds to go here in this penalty, and this will come all the way down to Calgary's netminder Bishop, who hasn't been tested much lately here over the past 5-6 minutes. And now Wilson's trying to change that here as this one will be played up by Calgary. Across the line and rolling in front. That will not result in anything. Shot fired towards Wall off the bounce into the middle of the ice. That one a good opportunity there for Caitlin Rideout. Just couldn't find the full handle on the release. But a save nonetheless by Wall that prevents this game from getting too far out of control. 3:50 to go here in this second period. We'll have a penalty to the Calgary's Inferno side as they will take a slashing call in that scrum in front of Wall right after the shot. So with 3:50 to go, a 2-minute power play now for the Storm. And after a critical penalty kill came up successful, this one's a critical power play that needs to come up successful as well. Batted right to the middle of the ice. Shot fired. Save made once over by Bishop. Backhanded again. Save made once more. And the stoppage in play as the referee.
Penalty to Calgary, number 18, for slashing.
Shots on net. And a critical penalty kill turns into a critical power play. And it's now going to come to the high point. Kept on side there by Bernouge, and it'll come far side, boards rolling down deep, and the high now to Bernouge again as the shot fired, scores! Fired off the post, it looks like an in, as Bishop never saw that through traffic, found the top corner, and St. Albert, critical penalty kill, critical power play, success, back in the game, down 2. It's a 4-2 game and a 4-2 lead for the Calgary Inferno. That was some special teams work if I've ever seen some by St. Albert in this one. Calgary obviously, right, got up to a 4-1. St. Albert took the timeout and now responded to make it 4-2. And we're just going to sit here and wait for the clock to get corrected. Of course, volunteer timekeepers doing their best this weekend. And I mean, again, everybody's sitting there staring at you, ain't easy. And within 5 seconds, it was figured out. We've got a pretty good crew on that scoreboard this weekend. And so far, so good through a game and a half. As this comes down into the Inferno zone, St. Albert trying to push a shot towards the net. Couldn't do it. And this one will rim around the boards to the near side now. As it's picked up and fired back down into low zone, as this will come back to the high point. St. Albert kept it in a brief moment. Calgary able to lift out into the neutral territory. Picked up now, opportunity for the Inferno, but they are off.
St. Albert goal by number 15, Faith Bruinage, unassisted.
Quick opportunity back the other way after the goal by the St. Albert Storm. Face off just outside of the Storm zone. And the beautiful part here is, I guess, you ain't missing any goal announcements. I've been told the goal announcements actually cut me off. That's awesome, because now you don't have to hear me misinterpret what I'm hearing over the speakers with both my ears covered and talking at the same time. So we'll have the face-off inside the Storm zone here after an icing. 2:39 to go in this second period of play. Lounge is full. That's good to see. Everybody's hanging out here for a Thursday afternoon game. Oh my goodness, yes, we're starting a whole day early this year as this comes off the wall. Barkley playing that puck over free, and this will come to the near side boards. It'll free up off there. Suter bouncing it around. Picked up by Barkley again, trying to leave it off there for the St. Albert squad's attack, as this will come across the line. Everybody kind of tangling up there just on top of the slot area, as this will be fired back down low by St. Albert. 2:09 to go in this second period of play. Got to be honest about the time now. There's actually time on the stream, so got to pay attention. As it's going to be a shot now. Fired, save made by Bishop. Didn't handle it cleanly on the first shot, and then it dribbled to the right side and was able to put the glove down and make the save with a $1.56. It seems every song that comes on gets even more aggressive on the audio. I'm loving it. Don't ask me about a good challenge. I love trying to yell over top of the music. Makes it feel all that much more like we're doing something huge as this one comes over the far side. And trust me, this is a huge tournament. U15 Tier 1 Hockey Alberta Provincials. This is kind of big deal for a lot of folks. Obviously, it's provincials, friends, right? I can't build it up any more than that. I am absolutely excited to be here. And so far, both games delivering exactly what's promised. Good provincial playdown hockey. And as it comes down to Sunday, we'll see what happens here. There's a shot fired, save made by Wall. But I guess to make a note on that point, I'm excited to see what happens here as the weekend evolves, kind of the storylines we see. That's been my favorite part of every single provincials I've ever covered at the Hockey Alberta level. Just how all the storylines evolve over the weekend. You know, you get into Saturday morning, everyone's looking at that scorecards and the standings board and trying to figure out, how does this work, how does that work, how does this work, and where is this going to go. $1.24 to go here in this second period of play, but definitely looking forward to it, especially starting on a Thursday. And you know, end of the day, this is going to be a pretty big thing by the end of this weekend, I'll tell you that much. Building up into that final game of the weekend is going to be mighty fun. This puck tied up, fired to the near side boards. $1.03 to go here in this second period. St. Albert's able to force it out. Calgary will pick it up in their own zone, far back ahead. Jam down low. That is icing. The back Lions official had that one all the way. 53 seconds to go in this second period of play. And I am looking forward to seeing what this third period is going to bring, but we got to finish off this second. Obviously now with St. Albert having an opportunity for a face-off in the Calgary zone. Shots immediately jammed towards the net. You knew it was coming. With 49 seconds to go, St. Albert's looking to level this to a 1-goal deficit. Shot bounced off the far side board. St. Albert, first ones to it, looking to make this play. It'll be picked up by Calgary through the middle of the ice, dragging across the line there. Beautiful play by Calgary to find the open skater. Didn't end up being dangerous. Shot fired towards the net, goes up and over top. St. Albert gets Ashton on the puck. 24 seconds to go with an opportunity here to fire it through the middle and try and get a goal on this one as Ashton's going to fire the shot. There's save made by Bishop, and we'll have a stoppage and play with just 13.2 to go in this second period of play. Bishop standing tall on that one, never really wavered from following player around the side of the net there. So good opportunity by Ashton, but an even better stop by Bishop, just standing ground. As this a face-off won by St. Albert. Tellier is going to rip the shot, blocked in front. 8 seconds to go. Still time on the clock here to find one more. Chance now for Calgary to clear. They get it done. That will kill the clock, and that'll do it for the second period of play. So the Inferno storm out to a 4-1 lead, and now it's 4-2 following the conclusion of the second period of play. Both teams definitely still doing exactly what they did in that first period, trading a bit of chances and getting some good chances both ways. And now we'll see with the 15-minute intermission how long we got to go. I'm going to wave off. I need a quick break here. All right, friends, we're back in Cold Lake here this afternoon with 2.5 to go until the intermission's up and done. We are going to get things rolling here for the third period of play between the Inferno and the Storm in a matter of moments. Well, we'll see how far delayed we are by the time we start that third game. I just got the notification that the third game popped up there. I think that's an error on my part. It was supposed to be 5:45, not 5:15, but 5:45 gives notifications for 5:15. So that's my apologies if you're getting notifications from me right now saying the next live stream starts in half an hour. Well, it's now 5:23, and we have a few moments to go before the end of this intermission. So we're along for the ride for a little bit still. Definitely appreciate you tuning in this afternoon. What I do want to say is I didn't have a full opportunity earlier this afternoon in that first intermission to properly thank, we got right back to the second period, but properly thank the volunteers, the sponsors, everybody involved, the tournament committee, everybody involved in putting together a Hockey Alberta Provincials. It is an incredible community effort, and I'm just once more grateful to be a part of it here this year in Cold Lake. It's year number 3 in a row up in Cold Lake for Provincials, and last 2 were pretty special, and looking forward to seeing how special this one turns out to be by the end of the weekend. See, the beautiful part is we get 4 days this year, 4 days. So we're going to sit back and enjoy a lot of hockey over the span of several days as we'll enjoy being back home in Cold Lake. We got a $1:05 to go before we get fired up for this, well, what will be third period between the Inferno and the Storm. But yeah, definitely also want to extend my best well wishes back home to everybody. Glad you're tuning along for the ride. Glad to have you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here on Cold Lake Ice TV. It's been an absolute amazing day, top to bottom so far, and we're looking forward to finishing it off with this third period and then another game going on in this one later on this afternoon. So, who would have thought? As getting those passed along to me here as what about it? Why? Oh, give me a sec. Hold on. All right, friends, well, we got her easy here right now as we'll get going for this third period in a brief moment. St. Albert, Calgary lining up at center ice, and we'll get on with this third period. Like we did last time, almost immediately the referee to center ice calling everybody in for the face-off, and the draw down here and that right there done. To the near side it comes off the opening draw of the third period. St. Albert ties it up there. Smith got it going, and this one comes back the other way now into St. Albert territory as it'll come down low behind the net, fired right back up to the top blue line area. Shot blocked in front, and St. Albert's going to be able to force this out of their own zone and back the other way. Smith's got the puck. She'll fire it in down low. Comes off the end wall, picked up there by Bishop. We'll have a stoppage in play with 4-2 the score, just 30 seconds in to the third period. 4-2 for the Inferno. I'm not sure how clear that comes out on the broadcast back home, but yeah, we definitely stepped it up one more notch after that first game with the scoreboard, and we've got replays, and now here we are with 19.5 to go in the third period of play. Puck played to the middle of the ice, picked up by the Inferno. It's going to be across the center ice line. St. Albert's able to turn it back just like that. A brief second later as Raiden Schatz was able to knock that one off. Comes back in behind the wall for the St. Albert Storm. Comes to the far side of the boards now, and Calgary's able to fire that puck down. Wall just nifty little chip into that far side corner, and then a jam shot there off an Inferno stick just about finds the back of the net. And this is going to come back now to the blue line as the Inferno get the turnover again. The shot loading up, fire towards the net, save made by Karina Wall. We'll have another stop and play with 18:43 to go here in this third period of play. 4-2 the score. The Storm, the last team to score there in that second period, responding back to two straight from the Calgary Inferno in that second period that caused them to take a turn out. And here now the Storm trying to get this one through center cleanly. Can't do it. Ashton will play this backhand off the boards. Comes free for the Inferno to jam up along the wall. And that will be fired back down deep as Kachkowski gets that puck as it hits Park on the way down. And now the Inferno at center ice will dump it back into the St. Albert zone. Nice little soft touch off the side wall. Allows a non-icing call and allows St. Albert to come up with it in their own end. As they will roll in that near side corner there. Back to the blue line it comes. The shot ripped, fired towards the net twice over. Caught kind of halfway there, and Calgary gets two good chances. And then Wall grabs that puck and puts it in the hip pocket.
We would like to thank our gold level sponsors for their generous sponsorship. Tidy Lube and 54 North Power Sports.
Both teams not shying away from trying to generate chances and take some risks to get some rewards in this hockey game. And it's paid off with a bunch of goals here, 6-2 so far in this one. Puck to the far side now, picked up now by the Inferno off a little bit of a bounce, and this will come free for the St. Albert as they were able to strip it away and come back the other way as this will be across the line. Barkley on side, no. Official at the line throws the hand down and calls it back, and just want to call right there, last second, right as soon as the puck was touched on the other side of the blue. Love those bang man calls. That is what makes it fun. You think there's an opportunity going, and then boom, saved by the whistle. As this one's going to be tied up there by the Inferno. Calgary is going to chip off the boards and back into the St. Albert side of half, and this will be fired back in by Madigan. Madigan's got it tipped in there, and St. Albert's going to work this one into the Inferno zone. They were able to get out, and now St. Albert picks back up as they'll be across the line. Cutting towards the net is Barkley. Off her stick and back into the middle of the ice. It comes for Calgary. This one across the Storm blue line, and this will be chopped out a couple times over and freed out into the middle of the ice. Madigan's got the puck. Across the line, coming to the near side boards, trying to get past the St. Albert defense. Backhand looking there for Caitlin Rideout. Can't seem to find it. Comes back to the blue line now. The shot loading. It's going to be denied by the St. Albert defense, and this will come back out into the neutral zone. St. Albert across the Calgary line. Dancing to the middle was Smith. Couldn't get it through cleanly. Second opportunity again cut off. Third opportunity goes to the side of the net and covered up by Bishop with 16:31 to go in this third period of play. All right, there we go. St. Albert gets a shot on net, gets the face-off in the Calgary zone. And we'll see what happens here as we've got the face-off to the right of Bishop. And this is still well within reach for both teams to make it interesting. Calgary can put it to bed with probably 2 or 3 more goals as time rolls down here, and St. Albert just needs 2 to tie it back up. So both teams going to be, well, doing exactly what they've done all game, and that's trade chances to get where we are. And we'll see if that continues to pan out, or if, like that Irma and Lakeland game, after the second period, it starts to kind of tighten up and start to be a couple more extra players in the piles along the boards, trying to manage that puck just ever so much more as time winds down. As St. Albert will roll along the far side boards, Calgary fires towards the net. It goes off the side. Lou will play it up the wall. This comes free for Calgary to fire a shot. Save made by Wall. And the officials never blew the play dead as Calgary was completing a line change. This will come up now all the way into the middle of the ice here as Garlick will get across the line. Offside. St. Albert guilty of touching it almost by accident by the looks of it there, with Ashton kind of trying to skate around it as opposed to skate over it. We'll have the face-off just outside of the Calgary zone. This is the other side too. We are zipping along here. We're already 4.5 gone in this third period of play. Calgary to the attack right off the face-off. And that will be across the line. Sorry, that was number, what am I looking at here? Number 10 for, I don't know what I'm looking at here. All kinds of confused. Reading the wrong names on the wrong sheets, not even looking at numbers. My apologies here. Shot fired by the Calgary Inferno into that near side corner. I've lost it behind the tripod. Trying to figure it out, trying to see what's going on down there. There's an Inferno player down. That would be Isla Landry. It's now picked up by St. Albert as Ashton overskates it across the blue line out of her own zone. Now back into the middle of the ice. Shot fired towards the net. Goes just wide as Calgary will play it off the skates and get it back as the shot fired to the far side. Picked up now and turned back last second there by St. Albert just outside the blue line. Park surveying the situation, trying to see where that next pass is going. It'll be tapped back to the Inferno at the blue line, and they're going to fire to the far side. Cut off there, and now St. Albert's going to find a way to hustle back the other way. 2-on-3 reverse numbers, and Calgary's able to chip it back out into the neutral territory on a strong defensive stand. 13:52 to go here in this third period of play. Puck bounces off the skates as Fediniak is able to just kind of lose that one, and Calgary came up with it as it'll be picked up now by Ada Steinwand and skating to the far side, looking for that poke in off the pads, just couldn't get it. And St. Albert comes up with that puck. Good opportunity there for Steinwand, driving that puck to the net. Lundin can't get this one across the blue line, and now St. Albert has to get back defensively. A little bit of pushing and shoving there in the middle of the ice. I'm not sure what was going on there. Missed that shot. There's a save made by Wall as a good stoppage there, and this one will be flipped back along the far side wall. 13:03 to go here in this third period. Still a 4-2 score for the Inferno. We continue along, and there's a whole bunch of nervous onlooking parents here in the building as everybody's quite quiet as we continue along in this third period. It's starting to get quieter and quieter in here as we go along. And that's a slashing call coming up there. The number 11 of the Calgary Inferno, Fiona Mager, takes the slashing call, knocking the stick out of the hands of Carly Wilson for the St. Albert Storm. So now we get a St. Albert Storm power play with 2 minutes to go, or 2 minutes to operate, with 12:36 to go. With both teams looking at the good opportunity there a few moments ago. Calgary wins the face-off, able to turn it around behind the net, far back to the point, kept on side. No, off it goes by Tully.
Calgary penalty number 11 for slashing.
High stick. However, Calgary turns and burns back into the St. Albert zone. Save made by Wall. And we will have a stoppage in play in the St. Albert zone for a face-off. So St. Albert's got a $1:43 to go on the power play. 4-2 the score. They've been absolutely dynamite on the special teams in the last two opportunities. Wouldn't be surprised to see them try and cash something in here and cut it down to 1 goal deficit as St. Albert will fire it back into the neutral zone. Calgary able to retrieve that at their own blue line, fire it back in. Inferno get the perfect dump into the St. Albert zone. Turnover there in the far side corner. Chopped off the stick there by St. Albert, and this will come to the far side wing. Nice move around the defender, and now we got a 2-on-2 back the other way for St. Albert. Right to the middle. Here's an opportunity for Ashton, cutting to the front of the net. Can't get there. This one continues to roll along that far side wall. Ashton trying to free it up. Instead, it comes back to the point. The shot ripped there. Knocks the stick out of the Inferno player's hand with a minute to go in this third period power play. Middle part of the frame. 11:30 remains in the third period of play. Puck to the far side. The Inferno will play it in front, and this one will go now to the near side corner for the Storm to pick it up. Rolling through the middle is Baldessar. Right onto the tape there. St. Albert mishandles it just barely. This one will be whacked out into the middle of the ice. Offside, a brief moment. Picked up by Calgary. Fired back into the neutral zone. 28 seconds remains in the power play for St. Albert. Calgary coming up with a clutch effort here after two special teams troubles earlier in that second period. Here's now St. Albert loading up the attack. Legasic across the line as this will work down low. Shot fired. Scores! Thea Park scores the goal for St. Albert to make it 4-3. And just like that, the special teams effort continues for St. Albert this evening. We had a St. Albert fan come on down just to the right here. I mean, I'm sure you heard his reaction more so than mine, how loud he was over there celebrating that one. 10:45 to go. It's a one-goal game. Let chaos reign, I guess. Is this going to get interesting down the stretch with 10:45 to go? Face off now. If anyone asks all weekend what I'm cheering for chaos, and not the Cochrane chaos or the Edmonton Female Hockey Association chaos. No, I'm cheering for that pure chaos.
St. Albert goal by number 9, Thea Park, assisted by number 18, Jaden Legasic, and number 11, Emma Fediniak.
Coming with me to do this tomorrow?
Calgary able to get back to center. We'll see if they've got a response there across the line. The shot fired, save made by Wall. Backing up all the way onto the goal line, making the stop. Nonetheless, we've got a one-goal game with just over 10 minutes to go in this third period of play. Friends, you're just tuning in, welcome aboard, but I assume most of you have been along for the ride all afternoon long, seeing kind of where we're at with the watch time this afternoon on the stream. Every single one of you that tunes in, you spend about 17 minutes along for the ride. So this one comes down low into the near side corner in the St. Albert zone. Battle along the wall there by both teams trying to come free. It comes off the side of the net. Calgary jamming to the front. Can't get it there. St. Albert back into the corner. Play up the wall. Calgary turns it back, and now St. Albert's got a 2-on-1 into the Calgary zone. Barkley to the attack. Barkley will fire the shot, deflected just wide off a block. Bishop took contact in the crease from number 11, Fediniak. I'm struggling on that one for some reason. Fediniak. And that ended up working out into the neutral zone. So that was a good little hard crash into the zone there by St. Albert, driving towards the net. Nothing to be had there, unfortunately, for them. And this will work out now for Calgary, who's going to be looking to get that next opportunity. And there you go. Just like that, right on cue.
The Hockey Alberta Provincial Championships presented by ATB are a celebration of hockey across the province. Throughout the competition, remember the importance of teamwork and sportsmanship for all involved. For all the results, go to haprovincials.ca.
That's tomorrow.
You just need to loosen it a bit more if it's pulling free. All right, sorry friends, just a little confusion there on the camera. Something had come loose. Of course, when I'm the one that screws together the camera tripod and I'm the one that does the audio, of course some silly things are going to happen, but that's okay. Shot fired down low, save made by Wall, who will now be tested to try and keep this game right where it's at. St. Albert so far in the last 3, perfect. So we'll see what happens here. Not in terms of the penalty kill, I'm talking in terms of the
St. Albert penalty number 7 for hooking.
Fired towards the net, cut off there by St. Albert, fired back down into the Calgary zone. Calgary would love a response. They've got that quick strike offense. Hasn't been there since the timeout by St. Albert, but you know it does exist, and you know it could be an issue here for St. Albert if Calgary finds a way to capitalize on the power play and then turn the puck around into the St. Albert zone again right after a face-off after a possible goal. This one, though, for the time being, will remain 4-3, picked up by Madigan. Madigan in behind the net. As Ashton will free it right up to Legasic. The shot up over top of the net. Ashton recovers the puck in behind. Calgary quickly into the near side corner will come up with the puck and play it along the wall. Far side pass is going to allow the Inferno to set things up and get going the other way. Picked up now by St. Albert on the puck dribbling across the blue line. It'll come off the wall and down low into the Inferno end. 36 seconds to go in the penalty to St. Albert. Calgary looking to get this job done here as this will come through the neutral zone across the line. Picked up there by Neil Abasher, and this will come now fired again by St. Albert down the length of the ice. Both teams starting to get involved in this one. It's a one-goal game. At one point it was 4-1 for Calgary. So, like I said, there was some nervous energy. And now all of a sudden it's both teams in the stands want this one again. It's getting loud in here by standards for kind of how many folks we got in the stands early on a Thursday. Shot fired off the side of the net. This one will come back in behind. Fired along the wall. Calgary 0 for on that power play opportunity. And this will be fired back down into the near side corner. St. Albert first one's on it. Meeting it there is Barkley along the wall looking to fire that puck. Shot fired. Save made by Bishop. That, the biggest of the period thus far, is Barkley bared down. And Bishop.
ATB wants to thank all of you for your commitment to fair play and family. You're passionate about hockey like we're passionate about listening to Albertans.
Was able to chip it back to the blue line. Turned back now by St. Albert down low as Calgary looking to exit out of the zone. It'll come back to the blue line and picked up by Calgary across the St. Albert end. In down deep into that near side corner. As it will come to the far side, and Goltz with the puck rolling up through the neutral zone right into the Calgary end. Backhanding a puck down low. And both teams, like I said, starting to get involved in this one. You can hear St. Albert, you can see your Calgary, and this puck's going to come up off the near side wall. Played to the middle of the ice in the St. Albert end with 6:09 to go in this third period to play. 4-3 the score as the puck rolls back on the Inferno tape inside their own zone. Picking it up there and trying to chip that one down deep is Memphis Petrie. Couldn't get it through, and now support coming. And a pinch there at the blue line is going to be successful. But shot ended up fired towards the net. Couldn't hit the target. And Wall sees it go on by. But this one will again roll into the Calgary end for an icing against St. Albert. So Calgary's starting to respond here after the special teams effect from St. Albert once again here in this third period. So it looks like we missed something here, so we're going to have a face-off at center ice. And Park and Petrie will take the face-off. It's one to the side, chipped in by St. Albert. Down low it goes. Ashton's the first skater to it for St. Albert. Turning over to the corner, quickly picking it up was Rideout. Rideout to the far side, and that will be loading ahead. The Calgary Inferno tried. Now a quick line change there for Calgary. Almost caught them flat-footed. That didn't end up working out for St. Albert to get across the line as clean and quick as they were maybe hoping to get. Legasic will play it down low, and Ashton continues to give chase in the St. Albert effort. This one cut off at the blue line on a clearing attempt by Calgary. St. Albert jams it back down into the near side corner. Shot fired up the boards, and two quick sticks get it out of the zone into the far side for Calgary into the St. Albert end. We're inside the last 5 minutes play here in the third period. This one's turning into a doozy. This is going to be awesome to see how this one finishes up as St. Albert looks to chip this one out to the neutral territory. Picked up by St. Albert again, once more through the neutral. Knocked off the puck there was Lou. And this will be cut off there, and St. Albert will again try and attack the net. Shot saved by Bishop, just kicking that out with the pad already down. And this one will come back out into the St. Albert zone. 4:26 to go. Both teams starting to, starting to get to that little bit more desperation mode of the hockey game, as this one's right in front. Easily handled, clear out of the way by Calgary for what was a dangerous looking puck. Shot fired just wide of the net there by St. Albert. as that was a good looking opportunity for Baldessar. And it'll tie up along the wall. Still only 2 players per side in the scrum, but the third in support there. Wilson fires the shot. Save made by Bishop. And another huge one there coming out of the corner for Bishop. With 3:49 to go, St. Albert starting to bear down on the Calgary Inferno defense. And that one comes to the blue line and out. So there you have it. Both teams starting to pressure a bit more. That will be an icing call, an unforced error by the St. Albert side while going for a line change. And as much as you just saw good pressure from St. Albert, giddy up. We're about to see some good pressure from Calgary should they win this face-off here to the left of Karina Wall. Face-off tied up this time. Calgary first ones to pressure on it. Shot fired just wide of the net there on Wall as Calgary gets the chance just as fast as they got that puck off the face-off. 3:23 to go in this third period of play. The one thing this will do for both teams is make the standings math easy when it comes to the goal differential overall, as this will make things rather simple to play out for sure. So this one coming back to the middle of the ice, chopping around there a little bit there for both teams as Calgary's able to come up with it. Kicked out of the middle of the ice onto the tape there for Calgary. Onside, the official at the far side blue line rules in the St. Albert end with 2:50 to go here in this third period of play. Puck rolling along that near side wall as Smith was able to make the play off the wall, and here's now St. Albert. A pass the middle would send a breakaway, and Barclay just unable to do it, but Smith followed up offside. There you have it. I was like, I'm looking for the hand. There's a penalty upcoming, so the Inferno about to get a power play here with 2:26 to go. And now you have it. Calgary keeps the feet moving. Draws a slashing call. And now we've got the biggest test of the game for St. Albert. They have had some special teams moments this afternoon. 2 huge power plays, 2 huge penalty kills. And now it comes down to the biggest moment of the game with 2:24 to go. A penalty kill here for St. Albert is going to be critical to tying this hockey game. For Calgary, they know they've got the close-out shot here on this power play if they can make it 5-3. Shot fired.
St. Albert penalty number 17 for slashing.
Shot through to the near side and just kind of sat there a moment. Calgary with it at the blue line, still shot fired off the toe of Wall. We've got 2 minutes to go in the game. Puck's out over top of the glass into the netting. And we will have a stoppage and play with $1:37 to go here in this one. Friends, thank you so much for being aboard this afternoon. This one has developed into an absolute dandy, I must say. I thought that based on how that first period went, we were in for a good one. And St. Albert and Calgary have definitely delivered that thus far. Calgary looking to deliver the final blow here on a late power play in the third period. St. Albert looking to repeat their success so far. A turnover to Calgary, looking to get that puck towards the net. The shot fired from the blue line, bounces in front, comes free. Calgary spin, fire, just wide of the net. Puck bounces right up into the middle of the air. And this one again, shot fired, save made by Wall, bouncing around, still in front of the crease. St. Albert to clear, and they will get out of the zone with $1:30 remaining in the period. And we have a stoppage and a puck coming to the face-off dot just in front of the Inferno bench. Like I said, I was telling you earlier, I love to cheer for chaos. This is the kind of chaos I'm here for. A 1-goal game, a power play late in the game, team needing a goal and a team needing a goal both ways, because these goals, 4 goals against, are so instrumental. It's not even funny in the Hockey Alberta Provincials math. Puck to the middle of the ice. Ashton's trying to strip this one away from the Inferno as he bears down, and 4 Inferno players back, able to get it back into possession with 1:10 remaining. Down the near side boards come the Inferno. Is the Landry on the attack. This one comes around behind the net to the far side, looking for the pass to the blue line. Cut off there, and Ashton's going to try and hustle for it. No gas left in the tank, trying to get on that puck with 50 seconds to go. Ashton looks in for the steal. Wilson on the far side, supporting for the Storm, but the Inferno able to jam this one along the wall and get it out into the neutral territory. 40 seconds to go, and this becomes just as much about getting the next goal for the Inferno as it becomes about keeping the lead. With the net empty for the St. Albert Storm, the shot fired. That will hit the bullseye, and it is 5-3 for the Calgary Inferno with 28.4 seconds to go. Wow, that was an absolute great last minute and a half of hockey. Calgary pressing, and then the St. Albert Storm get their one chance to push it down on the power play back the other, well, penalty kill back the other way. And they get the goalie out, and immediately Calgary is able to put it into the back of the cage. Though, here's St. Albert, not done yet. Smith across the line, fires a shot just wide. Bishop scrambles back.
Calgary goal by number 16, Ivana Lee Goebel, with an assist from number 15, Caitlin Rideout.
Pass there from Ava Miller, and this one comes over to Fabiniak and across the blue line offside with .0 on the clock. Official signaling there, but with the .2 on the clock that there would have been, I don't think there's much of a point of redropping the puck and prolong in the celebration here from the Inferno, who take home a hard-fought 5-3 victory in Game 2 of this weekend's U15 Tier 1 Female Hockey Alberta Provincial Championships, live from Cold Lake for the year 2024 here on Cold Lake Ice TV. St. Albert, a valiant effort to continue battling all game, never gave up, never went away. I mean, it would have been very easy following the two quick goals to make it 4-1. St. Albert, however, battled it back to 5-3, and this will finish up a pivotal game in the standings for both teams. Obviously, both teams scoring some goals. That's the big part. It's always tough in the standings math if you don't score in the games, especially early on. Both teams have done that. Calgary with 5, St. Albert with 3, and now it comes down to the next few games to figure out both teams' fates. As the handshakes, all that at center ice, and we will line up for the Player of the Game award and, of course, the Heart and Hustle as per tradition. Ice Techs get the nets out. They know they're on a quick clock here to try and turn things around. We'll see what happens here in Game 1. As get the feeling we're going to see quite a few big cheers from the Calgary Inferno when their players were announced, and the St. Albert squad, I assume, will have the same because both teams left a lot of their game out there. They went out and delivered an absolute dandy through 60 minutes of play that ends 5-3. We'll have the official announcement from one of the volunteers down there on the ice. Both teams have handed in their Player of the Games and their Heart and Hustles, and we are set for the announcements here in-house, which I will get cut out for apparently, so no big deal. You'll be able to catch that, no problem, and we will head off into the night for some of you. If you want to stick around for the next game this evening, I'd love to have you aboard. But, you know, it's been a long Thursday, and, well, I guess, too, it is almost dinner time. Let's do this here, friends. We're just waiting for the microphone to get fired up here, and then we'll be good to go. I don't know what the issue may be. I don't know if anyone's asking for my assistance. No, okay. Everybody's just looking at me, same as I'm looking at them. We're good there. That's good. Okay, we got our official announcer just trying to figure things out there with the timekeeper's bench, and then we will be ready to get the Player of the Game and the Heart and Hustle awarded here. Both teams looking on, kind of enjoying the moment here, being able to have a slight breather after 60 minutes of play. What was a fun hockey game, that's for sure, as we will continue along here on the broadcast for the time being until we get things.
Player of the Game was for St. Albert was number 9, Taya Park.
Player of the Game for St. Albert, obviously noticeable all throughout the game and scoring the timely goal as well.
And Heart and Hustle for St. Albert was number 15, Faith Bruinage.
Brunuge getting the heart and hustle for St. Albert, and that will do it for their side this season.
Player of the game for St. Albert for Calgary was number 16, Avon Lee Gobble. And Heart and Hustle for Calgary was number 8, Issa McGinnis.
Lisa McGinnis gets the heart and hustle, and that will do it for us here in Cold Lake. We'll be back on the live stream.
Good job, girls, and good luck in your next games.
Friends, thanks for being aboard. I'm Tyson Olney. We'll catch you in a little bit.